From being inconsistent and emotional, these four things brought me the brutal consistency that you won't like to miss. In this video, I'm going to drop the four essential shifts that you need to bring in your mindset in order to get that consistency at a damn level. Number one, instead of focusing on the results, focus on the improving yourself. I try to bring that shift because always, like when you're focusing on the results, even in the money aspects, even in the like online like views, comments, and all of those things that are on the results that are easily visible to you, the money, the output, and every single time when you are seeing yourself failing, you are seeing yourself getting succeeded, all of those things, just keep aside all of those results and just try to improve yourself, whatever it is. Every single day I try to get one thing that is making me feel like an uncomfortable and an out of the box, which is when you are doing something which is making you feel like, I just suck at this and I just don't want to do this. That's where the mind and your potential expands. So even if it's like not every single day you will get a new thing, because that will be a kind of a distraction, but you can just add every single day a new thing to the old thing that you're doing. So that little improvements that you do over the time is not visible to you right now, but is going to be a huge shift. This feels like when you're improving on something, this feels like an exciting part, but you're not growing, you're not seeing yourself like you're growing, but you're doing something and you're progressing gradually every single day a little bit extra. Here is one thing that I just have observed from my previous experiences, that the improvements does not show up in the bits. They show up when they are combined together and they are compounded. That comes from the persistence where you are feeling like nothing special, where you are working on yourself, when you are being asked of the questions that you don't want to answer. That's the brutal truth. But if you would just see that in the past 6 months, how much progress did I made on myself, you will see that, wow, this is really great, that in the past 6 months I was this and now I'm this. And it just makes you feel like, wow, this is insane, but it's great. And that one thing that you just see, that is giving you the consistency, that is giving you the boost to your consistency. Your small improvements is the life of consistency. And when you're making that consistency, there is always a certain period of the time when you're building up something, there is always a behind scene that is going on where you're improving yourself but nobody is seeing it. And that's like whatever the thing that you are doing, may it be the content creation, may it be the selling, coaching, marketing and business, small business, writing the book, or anything that you're trying to do, all of those things takes up an effort. And that's where the inner strength gets built up. And that's the thing, that the small improvements that you do is the life of the consistency. Number two, long-term input intensity. The reason why you most of the times fail, it's because you set the goals of the everyday action based on the intensity of your best days. So whenever you're beginning something, you are excited about it. You are going to obviously do a lot much more things. You are going to be great at it. You are going to be pushing all of those things aside and you're just going to do this one thing. You're focused and you're like, I just want to do this one thing, and you are not having up the emotional tension, you are not stressed out, you are not worried, you are not having up the emotional conditions, and you are not having any kind of the pressure, and you are feeling like you are freed up and you are going to be doing a lot much more. But the reality is it always going to be the good days, or is it always going to be the best days? No. That's where we fail. We design our goals and the actions based on the best intensity of our great good days. For example, if I would just say that I'm going to, like, I have to DM the people in order to get the sales or the marketing or for the promotions or any kind of the reasons, then I would just see that okay, I have to DM this, and I would just figure out all of those things, what to write in that and what to from the scratch, right? So every single thing, so figure out the list of the people whom I want to send these things, and then I'm going to send it, I'm going to reply to them, and all of those things are going to be in there. And I'm going to take out that I'm going to be sending out 100 people every single day, and then I'm just starting out on that one thing. And the first day I'm going to send that 100 people. Second day I'm going to be doing that. Third day, yes. Fourth day, maybe. But after a certain period of the time, I'm going to get exhausted because of the intensity that I have set. Whenever there is an other kind of the stuff that are coming in my routine, or any other kind of the different things that I need to do, at that point in time, this one thing is going to break, because the intensity that I have set for my goal is based on the best and the best input that I can provide. But it's the wrong thing. After that 4 or 5 days, I'm just going to give up on that. And giving up on that means that if I have just sent it up the 4 times this month, throughout this month, the 400 people are getting that one DM. And if I'm just twisting that input to, like, I'm going to send out the 30 people this DM and every single day on the month, then that would be much more greater than this first input. So instead of all empty days where I'm not doing the stuffs and only a few days where I'm doing, it is much more better to have a less input where I'm doing it every single day. That will be giving me much more results. Similarly, for the exercise, I'm setting up an 1 hour that I'm going to do this exercise. In the beginning, when I'm beginning to do the exercise, when I'm starting on this one thing, maybe like on the first day, second day, I'm just going to do it, and after this first week or the second week, I'm going to get exhausted. I'm going to give up on that. Why? The burnout is not because you're not able to do that one thing. The burnout is because you get exhausted of the intensity that you have set based on the short term, I can just say that short term high intensity that you have set. So yeah, that is the thing. And if I would just change that one thing, that 1 hour to like 20 minutes a day, then I would be like, okay, let me just give myself like 20 minutes. This is easier. And in the beginning, I can just do that. And after the time, if I'm just getting the much more strength, then I can just increase that time. This is the way that we need to fix that one thing. When you are creating your goal, ask yourself that what is the bare minimum that I can do without getting exhausted, even in the worst days. This is going to give you the answer that what can make you the consistency for throughout the longer period of the time. What can give you the consistency throughout the longer period of the time instead of based on the short term. You need to set the goal based on the long term, not based on your excitement or your short term. The third thing is here that expanding your timeline. This is the thing that most of us think, that when you think of your goal and your consistency, you are thinking that if this one thing happens, after that I will be just like freed up, or I will be somehow able to do whatever the thing that I want to do. And that's a lie. If you think in this way, you are going to lose your consistency even before reaching your goal. There is no space or the time where you're reaching that point. This is a huge trick that your mind plays. The point is that not about reaching at certain point. It's not about you will get something or you will be there and you will be then able to do something. No, that's not the point. The point is that your consistency is a continuous grind and actions are never going to end. And that we need to always keep in our mind, that this is always going to be, and you must be okay with doing this one thing, working for a way longer period of the time than anybody else can. And that is going to give you the consistency, and not about like reaching a certain point. The change that we need to do here is that the shift that we need to bring in our mindset, that not about reaching a certain point, it's about doing the things instead of waiting. Like if you are waiting for something to happen, if you're waiting to live your life, go ahead and live your life. Add something which is giving you the life when you're doing that consistent thing. So you can just do all of those things without ruining or without waiting for a certain kind of time. Fourth thing, taking the first step even if it's not okay. Because most of the times it is not. The one thing that I have seen about the consistency is that if you just allow the emotions to take over your actions, you are never going to be consistent. This is what I allowed myself previously to be. Like I allowed the emotions to drive my mood, to drive my day, to drive my actions, and everything was driven by and controlled by the emotions. When your actions are affected by the emotions, which are most of the times going to be, because we are human beings and we are not machines, right? So we just need to not be getting onto that. Like don't give the driving control to that one thing. Instead we just need to get like take the first step. So this is what I did. Like even if like it's not feeling okay, let me just take the first step. Even if it's like whatever the emotion that I'm feeling like I'm stressed, I'm worried, I'm sad, I'm frustrated, I'm angry, I'm not feeling well, I'm not feeling like I just can do that. I'm still going to be like, let me just take the first step. Let me just open my laptop. Let me just take the pen and paper. Let me just do this one thing. Take that first step. I'm not saying that you need to remove your emotions. I'm just saying that take that emotion with you and get that first step. That's the thing.